Hello everyone and welcome to Linux for Security, and today I will show you how to install Gentoo Minimal into the VMware Workstation Pro. So after downloading the ISO file from gentoo.org/downloads, I want you to go to the VMware Workstation, under Files, create a new virtual machine. Next, under the installer disk, browser, install Minimal, just download it, and create the name that you want. In my case, it will be Gentoo_mini. I will give it 80 GB. Next, and finish. Now, after the configuration is done, I want you to power on the virtual machine. Okay, once it's boot, I just want you to press enter, otherwise it will not boot from the CD and it will tell you that there is no operating system. Under key map, click default. If you wanna fix your screen, just go under view, stretch cast, free stretch, and it will free stretch all over the screen. Okay, so once installed, I want you to check if this file mnt gentoo exists. So under ls/mnt, you can check that it is installed. So now I want you to check now what is your hard disk name. So you can check by /dev/sd star. sd mean for all the available hard disks. So in my case, there is the SDA. Okay, so this hard disk, we will partition it into 3 parts. The first part will be the boot. It will have 128 megabytes. The second partition will be the swap partition, and it will have 2 gigabytes. The third partition will be the storage partition, and it will be encrypted. Okay, so now we will perform the partition using the fdisk. So fdisk is the tool responsible for partition. I want you to use fdisk/dev/sda or your name of the partition. Okay. Now, to using the fdisk, I want you to create 3 partitions. So N for new, P for primary, 1 for the first partition, and we will use the default storage. So default 2048 sector, and the last sector will be 128 plus 128 megabytes, so plus 128 MB. The second will be, we will create another one, N, P2, it will have 2 gigabytes, so 2 GB. First sector, excuse me, default, second one is 2 GB. Okay, and the third partition, which is the last, is primary, third partition, and it will be default. So to check that our partition, we can just check P, and it will print all the partitions inside. So we can see that we have first partition, second partition, and third partition. Okay. So we have to select our first partition as the bootable. So to do this, we have to press A, select the first partition, and we have to check if it is okay. So it is here, and we have to write to save the partitions. Right. Okay, so once the partitions are configured, we have to initialize which partition is the encrypted. So in our case is the third partition, which is SDA3. So to do this, we have to do crypt setup -s 512 looks format, and the path was SDA3. Okay, so crypt setup -s 512 looks format /dev /sda3, and yes. Here we create our password, which will be in my case Gentoo. Okay. Now we need to format our three partition, ideally the boot partition. Could be the extension 2, okay, and the root partition will be the extension 4. So, and the swap partition will be swap make. So, before formatting, we have to decrypt the third partition. So, first of all, we have to do crypt setup looks open /dev /sda3 root. You can name it whatever you want. I just call it root. And then we have to enter the password, which is in my case Gentoo. Now we can start formatting. So mkfs /extension2 /dev /sda1. First partition formatted. Second partition, which is the swap, so mkswap /dev /sda2, and next mkfs extension 4 /dev /mapper /root. And yes, we want to proceed. Okay, so now we can unmount the partition and start putting the files inside them. So mount /dev /mapper /root into Gentoo, and we will mount the swap, so just swap on /dev /sda. Okay. Now we need to decompress the stage 3, which we will download right now. So to download it, we can use the links command, which will enter commandly into the website, and we can download it from the command line. So links https gentoo.org/downloads. Once inside, you can go into downloads, and we can find the file which is stage 3, save, and we will wait until the file is saved. It will take around 4 or 5 minutes, depend on the speed of your internet. Okay, so once it's downloaded, you can press Q to exit. Okay, now the stage 3 is here. We have to put it inside the MNT Gentoo. So to do this, we have to do mv stage 3 into MNT Gentoo. mv is the command used to move file from file to file. Okay, so now we have to go to the directory, which is cd mnt Gentoo, and we have to do the tar command to decompress the the stage pdf .tar. And now the file will be decompressed. Okay, so once it is decompressed, we are in the cruiting phase. So now we need to copy the portage configuration to the configuration folder. To do this, we have to create a repos.conf file. So mkdir -nt gentoo etc portage repos.conf. Now we have to move it into, we have to copy it to gentoo.conf. So cp user share portage config repos. Okay, we will put it into the gentoo etc portage repos.conf. Okay, so I will just change the name because I did just a little mistake. Gentoo okay. So now we can cp, let me clear the screen. cp mnt gentoo etc user share portage config repos config into mnt gentoo etc portage repos gentoo.conf. Okay. Now, for faster download speed, you can just select the closest mirror to your region. So to do this, mirror select -i-o redirection to mount gentoo etc portage make.conf. Once inside, we have to select, in my case I'm in France, so I will select this one and this one, and I will just select enter. We'll clear the screen again, and now, okay, so portage is a system used for downloading and installing software in Gentoo. So we have to make sure that the newly installed Gentoo environment is the correct DNS server configuration. So cp copy, let's see, resolve.conf mnt Gentoo, let's see, because it is really important for the DNS server. Then we prepare the environment for cruiting. So we have to mount type proc into mount Gentoo proc. Okay, mount also mount bind sys mnt Gentoo. we will mount also mount make our sleeve with name with Gentoo. We will also mount our bind f mnt Gentoo /dev. We will also mount make our slave mnt Gentoo /dev. Okay. Now to the recruiting, we have to do the recruiting to the new environment. So root mnt Gentoo then bash source etc profile. We export it to ps1 root ps1. So once in the root, we can now continue the mounting to the partition. So we have to mount /dev /sda1 boot. And then you have to update the word packages and install all the packages. So emerge web think -q. Since it's the first time, so it will take a little bit of time. But once we finish, we will continue the configuration. So once the work packages are updated, we have to set up the time zone into our country. So in my case, it is Paris. So echo Europe Paris, and we will direct it to etc time zone. And now we will merge it. So merge config time zone data. Okay, now we have to set up the locals, which allows the system languages, the app languages, the measure metrics, the money signs, everything. So nano etc local 10. And here I will choose English since I'm using the English. So okay, you just delete the commands, language that you need. Ctrl X to save. Yes, yes. Okay. Then we have to generate them. So local gen. After generating them, we have to apply them. So to see the list, we can do eSelect local list. We will find the list. In our case, we have the number 6. So eSelect local set, or you can type 6, or you can type the name of the language. So in my case, it is 6, so F8. Great. So after we have applied them, we can finally update the whole environment with env update and source, which is the etc profile of GRUB. Okay. Now we have to download the Linux sources. So emerge Gentoo source. Emerging the Gentoo sources take a little bit of time. It take around 5 to 10 minutes, depend of the speed of your CPU and your internet speed. So once it's finished, I will come back to you and we will continue the configuration together. Okay, so once Gentoo sources are done, we can then change our directory and move to the Linux sources folder. To do this, we have to do cd user source Linux. And then we can make the configuration. So make menu config. In the list, we will have to select some features. So here I will go to General, and I will go under Initial RAM File System to enable it. It's here and it is enabled. Then I have to enable loadable support module. Then under device driver, you have to go to multiple device driver support. Multiple driver support, and we have to enable device mapper support and crypt target support. Device mapper support and crypt target support. Then we have to enable under the file system. We have to enable second extended FS support. And then under fuse, file system support. Okay, now we have to go to cryptographic API, and we have to enable XTS support, SHA 224 and 256, AES cipher algorithm, and AES cipher for 8 times 86 64. We have to enable user space hash for hash algorithm and user for symmetric keys cipher algorithm. Now, if you are using VirtualBox for VMware, it depends on every machine. We will have different features to enable. So in my case, I am using VMware. So I will go under processor type and feature, and I will enable Linux guest support. Okay, now under network support, we will go to network option, and we will enable virtual socket protocol. Okay, and virtual socket monitoring interface. We will also go under device driver, go under device, and enable VMware VMCI driver and VMware balloon driver. VMware VMCI driver and VMware balloon driver. We should put them as module. Now we will go to once again to networking, support networking option, and we will enable VMware VMCI transport for virtual. VMware VMCI virtual Now we go under device driver, SCSI device driver, and we enable VMware available driver first, and we enable VMware PV SCSI. Now we go to Fusion, and we activate MPT for driver SPI. We go then to A2C, and we enable the I2C hardware. And we go to enable the Intel P2X VA module. Then we go back, and we go to network. Big list. Device. So network device support, and we enable VMware VMXNet. VMware VXNet. Okay. So finally we go to graphic. And we activate DRM driver for VMware Virtual GPU. We save. Okay. Save. Okay. And we clear. Now, after everything is saved, we have to make and install our kernel to compile it. So we have to compile by make. Once the compilation has no error record, so it will take several minutes. And once again, once it's done, we will get back to you to continue the installation. Okay, so once the make command is finished, we have to do the make modules. So make modules. Okay. Okay, so now make modules install. And finally make install. Okay. Once done, we can confirm that the new kernel is in the /boot. We can find this by doing ls-lh /boot. Okay, so we can find here that we have the config file, we have the system map, and we have the VM Linux. So now we have to add, we need to install the Gen kernel with the support of the grid setup. So first we have to go nano etc portage make.conf. Inside here, under the flag, we have to add use equal crypt setup. Okay. Now we exit. Save. Yes. Then we generate the init ramp. So this does the decryption for the /dev and /sda3. So for us, it is emerge auto-mask -right gen kernel. Okay. So once it is merged, we have to dispatch the configuration. So dispatch the configuration, it is dispatch and config. So to accept and apply the new configuration, we have to press U to confirm the changes. So U. Okay. Okay. So now we have to emerge quiet, because we want it to be quietly, gen kernel. And now this will take a few minutes, and when it's done, I will get back to you and we'll continue the configuration of Gentoo iOS. Okay, so when it is merged, we should perform gen kernel --lux -install init tram. So gen kernel -lux -install init ramp. I think that it depends on the speed of the CPU and the speed of your internet. The installation will be made. Okay, so once init ramp has been installed, we need to set up /configure the partition scheme inside the etc fstab. So to do this, we have to nano /etc fstab. Okay, and here under devices, we have to configure /dev /sda1 will be the bootable using extension 2. Will have default one. So we'll go to dev sda2. None will be swap value and 0, 0. Now third dev /mapper /root will be the root directory using extension 4 will be new net time 0 and 1. Now Control X, Y, and save. Now we clear, and now we can perform to install the GRUB manager. So emerge GRUB. This will give us the opportunity to okay, so now GRUB has been emerged. So nano, once it is emerged, we have to configure the GRUB configuration. Okay, so nano etc default GRUB. Here we have to create okay, so now we are merging GRUB. So this phase, this installation, is a little long. It will take depend on your CPU speed, the processors, on the internet, and on all your machine features. So once it will end, I will continue with you for the configuration and setup. Gentoo minimal iOS. So once GRUB boot manager has been installed, we now have to configure the GRUB configuration files in the etc default GRUB. So nano etc default GRUB, and under the command GRUB command line Linux, we will delete the command, and we will add crypt underscore root. Okay, so crypt underscore root equal /dev /sda3. So once done, we have to exit GRUB command Linux crypt underscore root dev sda3. Hit save and clear, and now we do perform GRUB install /dev /sda. Okay, so once it's installed and no error reported, we have to perform GRUB mk config -o /boot /grub/grub.cvg. Okay, so once it's done, we make sure that the required file for networking are installed. So emerge dhcpcd, and now it will emerge the network. Okay, so after that the merge DHCP-CD has been done, we have to check the name of our network adapter. So in our case it is ENO 167777736. Okay, so now we have to perform, let's see, conf. You just have to write your network adapter somewhere, conf d/net. Okay, and here we have to perform config, the name of your internet adapter, network adapter. So in my case it is 1677777. 36 equal DHCP, and we exit. Save. Yes. Okay. So now we have to enable the automatic networking start at the boot. So to do this, we have to go to cd/c init.d, and we have to perform s net.lo net.eno 1677776, which is again the name of your network adapter. So once again, rc update add net.1.eno 1677776 default. So the service is added to the run level. Now we have to set up the host name. So nano, let's see, conf.d host name. And here we will call it, instead of localhost, we will call it Gentoo VM. Okay, once it's edited, Ctrl X, save, yes, enter, okay. So now we have to edit the host file from nano localhost to localhost Gentoo VM. So nano etc host, okay, and under the localhost 127.0.0.1 localhost, we add localhost Gentoo VM. Exit, save, yes, okay, amazing. So now we have to set up the key map setting that is required. So we have to set it up into the language that we are using, which is English in my case. So which is US. So C conf.d key maps, and as you can see, key maps is in the US. So okay, exit, clear. Now we install the cron and the log manager. So to do this, we have to merge crony sys k log d. Okay, so this will install once again the cron and the log manager. I think it will take a lot of time. Be a couple of seconds. Okay, so after it's done, we have to add them to the boot list. So rc -update add crony default and rc update add syskey logd default. And finally, we have to set up the password for the root, and we have to reboot. So press wd root, which is the one we have to crypt. Password Gentoo. We type the password Gentoo. Amazing, it's updated. Now we have to exit root. So exit, exit. And now we have to mount all the devices that we mount first. So mount mnt Gentoo boot, mount mnt Gentoo proc, mount -r -mnt Gentoo dev, umount -r /nmt Gentoo /sys, and now we go to the root directory, and we mount all the mnt Gentoo that we create. So when it's mounted, we can reboot. And as you can see, there is the GRUB menu. When we enter, it will ask us for the password to decrypt our Gentoo environment. So Gentoo. So Gentoo logged in, we are root, and the password is Gentoo. And as you can see, I am into the Gentoo virtual machine. So ls, I am in who am I? I am root. Where is ls? ls is in bin ls. So this is how you can install Gentoo Mini, create an environment, and create a secure Linux environment using Gentoo OS Mini. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and see you later. Thank you.